Hi, I'm Derek Robinson, a senior technical online course developer here at InterSystems, and we're going to talk a little bit about Python and InterSystems IRIS. If you're a Python developer, you most likely have a favorite way of building applications. You might use DB API or SQL Alchemy to connect to your data. You might use Flask to build APIs. Maybe you use Streamlit to build dashboards or Jupyter to explore via notebooks. And you might use Pandas for your data work. And all of that is great, but as your application grows, your stack can tend to spread out a little bit. You end up with a database over here, an integration layer over here, maybe an analytics system somewhere else. You might have AI and vector storage layered on top of all of that. InterSystems IRIS gives Python developers a way to bring more of that work together into one cohesive data platform. The easiest way to understand the Python and InterSystems IRIS landscape is to start with what you want to build. If you want to write a web app or an API, simply write your app in Python and connect it to InterSystems IRIS using DB API. If you're building a dashboard or internal tool, you can use Streamlit or other Python frameworks to query, visualize, and explore InterSystems IRIS data. If you're doing analytics or data science, you can work from notebooks and familiar Python libraries. If you're building AI-enabled applications, Python can orchestrate the application logic, while InterSystems IRIS stores operational data and supports vector search. And if you're building integrations, especially in healthcare or enterprise workflows, you can use Python to build InterSystems interoperability components too. For most Python developers, the best place to start is the most familiar one. Build your Python application and connect it to InterSystems IRIS via DB API. You can just use SQL. Or if you want to use Python objects, you can use something like SQL Alchemy for object relational modeling. You can build REST APIs and dashboards. Or you can use notebooks for data science and exploration. As your application grows, you can uncover more platform capabilities. But this is the first mental model. Python application on one side, InterSystems IRIS on the other, and a basic, familiar database connection between them. So at this point, you might be asking, if I'm connecting from Python using familiar tools, what makes InterSystems IRIS different from other databases? The answer is what is behind that connection. InterSystems IRIS is not just a relational database. It's a multi-model data platform. You can work with relational data, objects, documents, key value structures, and globals, the native data structure of InterSystems IRIS. It includes analytics and interoperability features within the same platform. And for modern AI applications, it can store and search vectors alongside your operational data. InterSystems IRIS is also designed to let computation run very close to the data itself. This can reduce the need to move or migrate your data between systems. It can allow your application to increase its performance as your workloads grow. As your application grows, InterSystems IRIS gives you more and more Python options to explore. If you'd like to use SQL and objects and Python logic that lives closer to the data, you can use embedded Python, where you write Python code that runs right within the InterSystems IRIS process itself. If you're building enterprise integrations, you can use Python in productions, where Python is the authoring language to build your interoperability components. And if you need lower-level access to the native data structures in InterSystems IRIS, more advanced options like the native API are available. All of these Python features are powerful, but for most Python developers using InterSystems IRIS, you don't need to start here. Think of these as deeper paths that you can take as your application needs evolve. The Python and InterSystems landscape is familiar as you enter and powerful as you go deeper. You can start today with what you know and are familiar with your Python workflows. Use InterSystems IRIS as your high-performance database, connect your Python application to it, and uncover more as you go deeper, whether that's analytics, interoperability, vector search, embedded Python, or the many more capabilities of InterSystems IRIS.